Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here at the Cannes Film Festival. It's time to review After Yang, directed by Kogonada. The film is a near-future domestic sci-fi drama about a father seeking to fix his family's robot helper Yang. Yang mostly serves as the older brother to him and his wife's adopted Chinese daughter. Yang is loaded with sort of facts and insights to help their daughter connect with her own Chinese heritage. And when Yang breaks down one day, Colin Farrell goes on a mission to sort of figure out what went wrong. And he also discovers, of course, some other things about himself or his role within his family, which he seems a little bit detached from at this point. Kogonada and his cinematographer are employing the same careful, clean framing from his previous film, Columbus. The framing of the shots in Columbus had a huge focus on the architecture in the background of each shot. And in this movie, that's a lot of the art direction and the set decoration. The futuristic vision in this movie is really well done and it feels achievable, with self-driving cars and glasses that sort of act as computers, and of course artificial intelligence or robot helpers. And what really makes this film stand out from other sci-fi is the way that it kind of treats artificial intelligence. Yang is not some visual effect. He's played by an actor and looks very human. And the more the film continued on, the more I kind of realized that Kogonada doesn't want us to look at Yang as some robot or as a product of his programming. He actually wants us to look at Yang like a character on his own. Is his love the same as ours? Are his memories just as legitimate? The people in this future have no issue accepting robots as members of their own family. And it seems pretty clear that, especially with the daughter character in this movie, that you can truly love a robot and maybe even that robot can love you back. We already kind of live in a world where our relationship with technology is very intimate. Kogonada's vision in this movie is not cynical or looking down upon technology, and that's one of the things I love the most about the movie, is its angle on AI and robots and all that. And in fact, although the movie does explore some themes about the role of technology within our lives, I was surprised to find that After Yang is really reaching for some ideas that you wouldn't expect to come from a sci-fi drama. The movie is really about heritage and connections that we make in our lives. I felt pretty similarly about this movie as I did with Columbus, where I came out sort of understanding some of the themes and the ideas and the symbols that the movie's trying to go for, but I do feel like I would need another viewing to properly piece them together. And I look forward to watching it again because the movie has convinced me that it's very carefully assembled and well thought out, and I do think that I can get more out of it on another viewing. Some things perplex me a little bit on the character side of things. I had a hard time understanding why the Colin Farrell character was so detached just from the beginning. The character is definitely going on some sort of internal journey, but I wasn't exactly sure what it is that he really wanted to figure out. Colin Farrell is very good here, and he plays it a little low-key. It is an interesting character, and he has a love for tea that resembles the way that Paul Giamatti loves wine in the movie Sideways. Jodie Turner-Smith is good as well, but maybe she could have been given a little more here. But the standout in the cast for sure is Justin Min as Yang. He doesn't play Yang exactly like a human being, but he gives Yang a lot of humanity and a curiosity and a love on his own. And Yang is one of the figures in the movie that we really come to understand in a new way throughout. Haley Lu Richardson, I'm not sure I felt like her character was utilized as much as I expected her to be. I don't know if there was more potential there, but I did like her in the movie. The little girl in the movie, I have to say, she was a little bit stiff sometimes. But I don't want to go to school. I want to see Yang. I think this is also probably the writing where I'm not sure Kogonada really knows exactly how to write in a realistic way for child roles. Overall, this is a really polished, well-shot film. The writing is really strong, both with the dialogue and the bigger ideas sort of bubbling beneath the surface. Could this movie pull off an Ex Machina style awards run where maybe it gets a couple nominations? I think an adapted screenplay nomination is somewhat possible, though I'm not sure that I would say it's very likely. I think where Ex Machina may have found that Academy appeal in just being a really entertaining thriller, After Yang is a much more calm, serenely paced movie, and so I'm not sure that it's as much for the Academy. I am curious to see how the hype builds throughout the year for this movie. I look forward to watching this movie again and digging deeper into it. It has some really intriguing ideas. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, and there's definitely potential for growth. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. What is After Yang?